Greetings. It's very, very nice to be back again after, from my point of view, being muted for well over a year. And I didn't take kindly to that. But a lot's happened and a lot has not happened here. It did give me time to get sorted out, tidied up, cleared out things we're going to keep, and or the other way around. Throw out the rubbish and keep the best. But, one or two things have come my way, but the best one of all was one I bought for myself. A present for me on my birthday. And it's this chappy here, which is a cucumber straightener. I was a bit surprised when I was told that the fellow that introduced it was Stevenson of Stevenson's rocket fame. He apparently was a very keen gardener. I know very little about them, but I just assume that they popped the very young, when it started to form, put it in there. The bottom end is open, so it could grow in there and presumably grow straight, and it could be taken out of it. I am still smarting at the price of it. They're not cheap. Another little birthday present, which, that's my excuse anyhow, which I got hold of, was this chappy. Now, it's fairly obvious what it is, but I mean, it is a rather large example of a chisel. It was made by J. Reed of Chatham. I'm informed that it is a chisel that would have been used in the dockyard at the time of the tall ships, when they were building those. That is quite weighty. I would not want to use it all day. It's interesting in it's a socketed tool in that the handle, this is the metal, goes up to that point, and the handle goes into that piece of metal. Must have been done for a very good purpose. There's no evidence that it's been hit with a mallet or anything. Perhaps it didn't need it with that weight, but it's a beautiful tool. This is another interesting thing. It was used in the house at Waterperry. Mortar and pestle, but it is a little on the large side. It's 12 inches across from there, which is made of marble, and that's a stone. It originally was in a purpose-built wooden frame, a stand, about that height. That became dangerous, very dangerous. It had been used, I'm ashamed to say, as a container for flowers, but I don't think that did it much good. But it's a good one, and I'm very pleased to have it here. These two bottles I find very interesting. This one was made locally at Farringdon, Carswell Farm, Farringdon, by C.F. Ferris. And it is Ferris's Drench for Swollen Udders. And it says at the top, it's the tried and proved remedy. This one I do like, because everyone's heard of 3-in-1 oil, and my mother had some for her sewing machine, and no one was to touch that tin of oil other than my father, who oiled his hairdressing clippers with it. It is 3-in-1 oil. Everyone has heard about it, but how many people know why it is called 3-in-1 oil? And it's got it written on here. It is a scientific blend of animal, mineral, and vegetable oil. And they were aiming their market fairly wide. In that advert, he tells you what it is useful for. I made a note of it. It's easy to read. Bicycles, sewing machines, electric fans, household appliances and motors. Lawn mowers, firearms, fishing reels, baby carriages, toys, sweepers, motor car parts, tools, light farm machinery, office equipment, and then furniture, leather upholstery, parquet flooring, mirrors, etc., kitchenette and bathroom tiles. He aimed at a very wide market. But the other interesting thing about it, I find, is that that's the only label, but on the back of that, it gives another advert which you can see through the oil. The 3-in-1 motif. I suppose that was just to show how clear the oil was.